The ironing board.
Oh yeah, the one leg.
Yeah. So it wouldn't be very much fun to eat your peas with those forks, would it? Yeah. Limestone, and it's 3 feet thick at the base. If you look at the window seals, you can see just how thick that actually might be. The jailer who was here at the time that Joseph and Hiram were arrested, his name was George Stiegel. He lived here with his 7 children. His wife was responsible for preparing the meals for those that were here. And John Taylor wrote of sharing meals with the jailer and his family while he was here with Joseph and Hiram. They had to pay for their meals because it was a policy of the county back.
Buckets for chamber pots.
I'd like to slide down just a little bit so we can get a feel. One they believe killed Hiram. And then the second bullet hole is right here where the latch was. That would have secured the door. The window would be this one directly opposite. Now, I was going to close the doors. So on the afternoon of the 27th, there were only the 4 men in this bedroom. We have an audio tape that we like to play that shares the rest of the events of that day.
June 27, 1844, dawned cloudy and wet in Carthage. By mid-morning, the air was hot and humid. The prisoners received a few visitors. They also read, conversed, and wrote letters. Joseph wrote to his wife.
Dear Emma, I am very much resigned to my lot, knowing I am justified and have done the best that could be done. Give my love to the children and all my friends, and may God bless you all.
By afternoon, the mood grew somber. Joseph asked John Taylor to sing a favorite hymn. Poor wayfaring man of grief hath often crossed me on my way, who 5 p.m. on that hot, sultry afternoon, a large group of armed men, some with faces blackened to disguise their identity, headed for the jail. The prisoners hurriedly closed the door and tried to hold it shut. Members of the mob fired into the door. The first shot grazed the lock. A second came through the door, striking Hiram in the face and killing him almost instantly. A hail of bullets whizzed through the air as the door was forced ajar. John Taylor tried to push away the rifles with his walking stick. Then he stepped back toward the window. He was struck in the hip by a bullet. Another ball from outside struck his watch, knocking him back into the room, onto the floor, and almost under the bed. Joseph also started for the window. 2 bullets from outside struck him in the chest. 2 other bullets hit him in the back. He plunged through the window to the ground below, mortally wounded. When Joseph fell, the mob rushed downstairs to see if he was dead. Willard Richards ran to the window and looked down at the prophet's body. As he turned to leave the room, he heard a gasp.
Take me with you.
He pulled the wounded John Taylor from under the bed and hid him in the dungeon cell, thinking the mob would probably return. Outside, someone yelled, "The Mormons are coming!" The mob turned and fled. By morning, many of the townspeople had also fled, fearing vengeance for the death of Joseph and Hiram. But the warning shout and the fear it expressed were unfounded. The vengeance never came. The Latter-day Saints were stunned. Joseph and Hiram were gone. John Taylor and Willard Richards survived to bear this witness.
Joseph lived great, and he died great in the eyes of God and his people. And like most of the Lord's anointed in ancient times, has sealed his mission and his works with his own blood. And so has his brother Hiram. In life they were not divided, and in death they were not separated.
The gospel of Jesus Christ has been restored to the earth because of Joseph Smith and the support of his brother. These were men that were called by God to fulfill a mission, and they did so. And that mission concluded in this room. It was one of those missions that required a lot of sacrifice. As we look to them for examples, and what we're willing to sacrifice for what we believe in, it gives us pause to think about him and his brother, and to recognize what great men they truly were. I'd invite you to think about that and then share with your family the things that you may have felt while you were here at Carthage. I thank you for coming today. Appreciate your reverence and the respect that you have shown these two men.